This leader is provided to facilitate adjustment of focus. Please be aware there are spoilers contained in this video presentation.
Brokeback a-watching sheep, hill all covered with dirt. Good old Brokeback, how Ennis found his shirt. How Ennis found his shirt.
Brokeback Mountain was released in 2005. It was directed by Ang Lee. It won Best Director, Writing, Score, and was nominated for Best Picture, Actor, Supporting Actress, Supporting Actor, and Cinematography.
It's funny because one of the reviews that I read about this was Ang Lee, one of his main themes is an outsider. You know, the Hulk is an outsider and trying to come to grips with his place in society. And really, this is the same. The other thing he said is this movie that he had talked to people that had said, you know, I wanted to be a painter, but I didn't feel like I could chase that passion and still make a living. And this movie spoke to me in that same way.
We had talked about how doing a review on this particular movie was a little dicey because it was pretty controversial when it came out. And honestly, doesn't really seem that controversial anymore. Like, it's just a love story. The same-sex relationships on TV get a lot more graphic than this does at all.
Not that first scene.
Oh, maybe not that first scene.
Well, you know, I thought it was strange how that first scene was so graphic, and then that was it. The idea that part was over, and now it was the relationship that they had between the two of them.
I hadn't seen it for like a long time, and I forgot how much Heath Ledger's character was not the nicest person. I mean, he didn't treat his wife very good. He didn't treat his fishing buddy really good. So you just go, he didn't treat anyone good. He was very, very guarded because at the time, I understand that he didn't. I mean, that kind of people killed people for that.
This thing grabs hold of us in the wrong place, and we're dead.
Stuff. So yeah, I mean, he was being cautious, and I understand that.
He didn't have the framework to deal with other people at all.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I wonder sometimes if living in the Rockies deadens you to the beauty of the Rockies, and then I watch something like this, and it's like, nope. Like the Rockies are freaking awesome.
I mean, I would say that's one thing that did really work with me was the cinematography, where, I mean, some of those shots were just amazing. Those wide shots with all the sheep going around, I'm like, wow. And who knew sheepherding was that cool?
Yeah, well, it kind of made me want to change careers, but man, apparently it rained a lot more in Montana in the 60s than I have ever seen it rain here.
I thought Randy Quaid was awesome.
The boys sure found a way to make the time pass up there.
He had a couple of the best lines.
You pair of deuces looking for work, I suggest you get your scrawny asses in here pronto.
Try to figure out what that meant. But it's just like a pair of low cards, like just a couple of losers.
I mean, he was such a serious actor in that, but then you think he's Uncle Eddie from Vacation.
So the scene where the waitress comes into the diner with a dude and Heath Ledger's sitting there, I'll bet the rest of that date was super fun.
Awkward.
You mean Hawkeye's wife?
Oh, is that it is Hawkeye's wife? Wow.
And Mysterio, you see so many Marvel correlations.
How about the sheriff from Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah.
Stranger Things was in Black Widow, too. Because that's a Marvel connection. Avengers!
Assemble.
I think it's just a story of incompleteness that's relatable for just about everybody.
You know, the performance of Jake Gyllenhaal and, of course, Heath Ledger, like, I thought their performances were really done very well.
As far as a jumping off point in cinema for same-sex relationships, if you didn't have these two guys so convincingly playing it, if that doesn't look natural, then it's a lot harder to kind of take it at face value.
Sometimes you see a movie like Boys in the Hood. I like that movie and I feel like I got a lot out of it, but I don't necessarily think that it was made for me. And that was my initial read on this. And then about halfway through, I realized, no, this is absolutely a movie for me. It's taking a look at what it was to be a closeted gay man in the 60s and 70s. That's not necessarily a movie for the homosexual community because they already know it. The more I thought about it, the more it was very much set up for straight people, I think.
Like, I didn't mind having to watch it again. I mean, it was long and a little slow, but it's actually a pretty decent movie. If it was about a straight like couple like having a 20-year relationship outside of marriages and stuff, I probably wouldn't want to watch it either. But
dude, that's Dr. Zhivago.
Right.
Yeah, no ukuleles in this. Guitar, double bass, steel guitar, harmonica, no ukuleles. I'm gonna give this a pretty solid 3 ukuleles. I thought the acting and the production of it was really, really well done, which with Ang Lee, how is that surprising? It's not surprising because it's Ang Lee.
I would say that I totally agree. I would give it three ukuleles. That was a passable movie for sure.
I would also agree. I would give it 3 because it was better than the Hulk.
It's over!